Hi there, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, we'll look at fluent speaking and how we contract the word will in questions. So for example, we'll look at how what will becomes what'll, who will becomes who'll, and what time will becomes what time'll. So this is not a contraction that we will always use in writing, but it's often part of linked and fluent speech. So we'll rarely say the full word what will, unless we're trying to stress on it, like what will you be doing, giving it extra stress. In normal speech, what'll you be doing, what'll, we don't say the first part of the word will, and we just contract it. So this is the same as when we're talking about contractions like I will becoming I'll, he will becoming he'll, etc. You can check out more help for using those in fluent speech in my fluent speech playlist and in my Real Talk course on speechmodification.com. Here, I want to show you how we actually say what'll, because if you see what will, you might have a tendency to want to say those words. And even if you see this, you might not know how to pronounce it. So typically, the first syllable is stressed in what'll. Letter A says the sound, like vowel schwa. So I'll rewrite that for you here as WU, like wa. And then the T gets flapped because before the dark L sound, we have a little bit of a vowel. So you can think about it like what'll. It rhymes with a word like puddle. What'll you do about that puddle? What'll we say about a puddle? So when you look at this and this, they don't really look very similar, and feeling natural and naturally using what'll with the correct vowel, the correct flap sound, and dark L can be a little bit challenging. If you have challenge with using the flap sound together with the dark L, check out my videos for little, Seattle, etc. That can really help you to get both of those sounds and to put them together. But in this case, I just want to break down that what'll. When you see what will, what should be spoken in fluent speech is what'll. Let's practice that in a few phrases. What'll you do? What'll he say? What'll we think? What'll we do about it? What'll he ask? What'll he say? What'll he do? What'll he think? What'll he ask? So trying to kind of flow through what comes after that question word at the beginning is typically what's stressed and gets the clear vowel, and what'll will be fast. Same thing happens with who will. We typically just contract this to who'll. It's a little bit more straightforward because we don't have that flap T in there. It just sounds like who'll. Who'll go? Who'll listen to me? Who'll take it? Who'll get the job? So we have our oo for the vowel, and we have our dark L, who'll. If you have challenges with pronouncing this who'll, it rhymes with words like pool and cool. And you may need to slow it down and think about how, again, we have a dark L here, so it sounds a little bit like who, wool. So as we move from the oo to the sound before the L, who'll, we may have a little vowel to vowel linking with that w sound. But typically, I think picturing it like this, unless you have challenges with pronouncing these other words with OOL, school, pool, who'll be in school, who'll go to the pool. You can get help for those and break that down again more in my Sounds of English course, where I talk about the dark L and how we do vowel to vowel linking before the dark L. Okay, and then lastly, this is just one example of when we have a noun plus will. So like, what time will we go? What time will we go? What dress will you wear? What dress will you wear? We often, again, contract the will and tack it on to whatever noun comes before it. So instead of what time will we go, it sounds more like what time will we go? So the will just basically, in this case, becomes more of an what time'll. So you can think of just adding to whatever the noun there is. What dress will you wear? What time will we go? What school will be the top school? We don't do this every single time, but often, in connected speech, this is what you hear. We definitely never write this contraction. It's not a standard part of written grammar, but it's a very standard and natural part of fluent speaking. And it's not slang. It's not informal or incorrect. It's appropriate for business and professional speech. What time will the meeting be? What time will we be there? It's just how it happens in natural speech. So you don't need to worry about sounding unprofessional or like you're speaking too casually when you're using this type of contraction. I hope this helped you for a few examples of where we contract the word will. Again, I have some more complete videos and practice videos for contracting will here on the channel and on our website, speechmodification.com. I hope you'll check those out to help you speak more fluently. You can also use our podcast episodes. Those are designed for practice and repeating on phrases where you're just listening, repeating, shadowing to get these fluent speech contractions and reductions to feel more natural in your speech. So check that out here on YouTube, on our podcast, and anywhere you get podcasts. You can search for speech modification and find us. Thanks so much for watching, commenting, liking. Please feel free to ask questions, leave requests. I do go through the comments and get back to you with resources. I'll be back again on Saturday with a live class and next week with a new show. Thanks so much for being part of the channel. I appreciate your support. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye, everyone. Hope to see you again soon.